The United Kingdom witnessed a moment that will be remembered as a turning point in its history. In a matter of minutes, Parliament shifted from routine to utter shock. The House of Commons, tense and still rolling on camera, fell completely silent as the Speaker stood to deliver a statement. He formally recognized Nigel Farage as the next Prime Minister of the country. Those words echoed like a political thunderclap. Keir Starmer stood motionless, unable to respond. His usually composed expression now showed unmistakable signs of defeat. In an instant, the illusion of Labour's grip on power collapsed. The man once dismissed as a political outsider had just broken through the heart of the establishment. Even Starmer's own MPs were now calling for his resignation. This wasn't a vote or a debate. It was a declaration that dismantled any remaining sense of control. What unfolded wasn't just a political upset, it was the disintegration of an entire order. It had begun like any other day at Westminster. Starmer entered the chamber with his usual scripted confidence, yet behind his eyes lay weeks of mounting pressure, protests, plunging polls, and growing distrust. Then Farage appeared. His return wasn't symbolic, it was forceful. He hadn't just come back, he had come with momentum, political backing, and, most crucially, legitimacy in the eyes of many MPs. As Starmer attempted to defend his vision, the room shifted. All attention turned to Farage, whose mere presence tilted the balance. Sensing the shift, the Speaker rose and, without hesitation, acknowledged the new reality. The House no longer supported the sitting government. He declared Farage as the leader fit to form the next administration. The response was immediate: gasps, whispers, and that rare, heavy silence that only falls when history changes before our eyes. Farage didn't celebrate. He didn't gloat. Instead, he delivered a brutal speech accusing the political class of abandoning ordinary people. He singled out Starmer as a man who governed from a distance, disconnected from the electorate. Every line landed like a sentence. And none of Starmer's own ministers, rose to defend him. Farage condemned broken promises, failed policies, and the complete disconnect between those in power and those they were meant to represent. He ended with a devastating line: "You were never chosen to lead the people. You were placed here to manage their silence." In that moment, Starmer's carefully maintained image shattered. His face betrayed the emotional collapse taking place beneath the surface. And the nation watched it all unfold. As the chamber absorbed the shock, broadcasters interrupted regular programming. Headlines flashed across screens: Farage declared new UK leader. Starmer loses parliamentary backing. Social media exploded. Millions shared the clip of the Speaker's statement. The transfer of power didn't come through votes, but through collapse. A collapse of confidence, of leadership, and of the very system that had propped up Labour for too long. At Downing Street, chaos reigned. Advisers scrambled in and out. Phone lines were jammed. Press officers struggled to control the narrative, but it was already too late. Starmer remained silent, fully aware the nation had stopped listening. There was no resistance, only surrender. Meanwhile, Farage's ascent continued unimpeded. He began reaching out to key figures, disillusioned conservatives, sidelined independents, and voices long ignored by the political machine. He didn't need to offer hollow promises. He simply let the truth speak for itself. What some called a political rebellion, others saw as a long overdue reckoning. Outside Parliament, crowds gathered in celebration. Union Jacks waved. Chants echoed through Westminster. The mood wasn't chaotic. It was restorative. Inside, urgent meetings filled the corridors. The Speaker, invoking precedent and constitutional authority, made it clear there would be no reversal. This wasn't a procedural anomaly. It was the political will made manifest. Labour MPs avoided eye contact. Some quietly packed their belongings. Even the most loyal defenders of Starmer realized they were backing a ghost. As he exited the chamber, surrounded by journalists, Starmer said nothing. His silence confirmed what everyone already knew: his time in office had come to an end. Power hadn't been seized through force, but through truth. Farage had achieved the unthinkable, not through manipulation, but by voicing what millions already believed. He exposed the vacuum at the heart of modern leadership and channeled public frustration into a clear path forward. International news networks responded instantly. In Brussels, Washington, and Davos, shock was palpable. But here in the UK, for many, It wasn't shocking, it was long overdue. Overnight, Britain changed. Starmer's leadership didn't collapse under scandal, but under scrutiny. And in his place rose a new figure, divisive to some, inspiring to others, but undeniably heard. Nigel Farage hadn't just assumed office. He became the voice of a country long waiting to be heard. So now I ask you, do you believe this marks the beginning of a new era for Britain, or the start of another chapter in its crisis? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters just as much. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.